trusting God, to understand the rudiments of spiritual life. So she had this thorough understanding. So this woman conceived and bare a son, and when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. Now, how did she know that her son was a goodly child? How did she know that Moses, her son, that is talking about Moses. So how did she know that Moses, her son, was not an ordinary child? Now, she had to understand that using her eyes of faith. Through her eyes of faith, she saw that this son is not any kind of son, he is an extraordinary child. And when she could not, and when she could no longer hide him, after 3 months, she could no longer hide him, what did she do? She took for him an ark of bulrushes and daubed it with slime and pitched it and put the child therein, and then she laid it in the flags by the river bank, by the river's bank. Now, this woman acted purely in faith. First, it takes faith to be able to put your child in a basket that will flow on a river and then expect that the child does not drown. That was powerful faith, very powerful faith. Then again, she had even dared, believing and trusting God, daring and going beyond protocols to keep her child for the first 3 months, even though there were policies and rules that every child be killed. If she was caught, she was going to be killed. But when you are in faith, you don't fear. When you are in faith, you are not panicking. You are not experiencing any kind of whims that are directed at you by the devil. So Jochebed, the mother of Moses, was quite an extraordinary woman in her faith. So what did she do? She brought some bulrushes and daubed it with slime, and then she pitched it, and then she put her child therein, and then laid it on the flags by the bank of the river. And then she used words to position the basket that carried her child. She used words to speak to it, to lead the child to where the daughter of Moses, the daughter of Pharaoh, would take her bath. Now, she was quite particular. She had spoken. How did she know that Pharaoh's daughter would certainly see the basket? How was she sure that an animal would not take away or kill the child along the bank of the river? Jochebed was a woman that was filled with faith. She was the real hero of the story. She was the real hero. She made the difference in the life of Moses and raised the child aright. Let's continue. The Bible says that when she had done that, what did she do? Verse 4. And she told his sister Miriam to do what? To stand by afar off and to look to see what would be done to the child. And she must have told her daughter to say, if you come, if you see the woman, that is the woman I'm expecting. Now, these are words that she was speaking. These were the things that she was using her imagination to create. She used her imagination to create the fact that her son will be received by the daughter of Pharaoh. Instead of being killed by the daughter of Pharaoh, her son will be taken as a son by the daughter of Pharaoh, and that her daughter should be there. Why? Because when the daughter of Pharaoh sees her or sees the child, he will need a nanny to take care of the child. So her daughter could come to the daughter of Pharaoh and say, do you need a nanny? Now, what would the daughter of Pharaoh be doing with a commoner? Now, that was the mystery, and that mystery was made possible because of the power of the imagination of Jochebed, the mother of Moses. Now, she was quite particular about the fact that these are the things that would happen, and she used faith to command a better future for her son. She used faith to command a better life for her family. And so, and verse 5, the Bible says that, and the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, just like Jochebed has imagined. Now, and then what did she do? And her maidens walked along the bank of the river, and then they saw the child. And when she saw the ark among the flags, what did they do? She sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the baby wept. And then when she saw that child, she had compassion on the child, and she said, this is one of the Hebrews' children. It means that she knew that this is not an Egyptian baby. This must be one of the babies of the children of Israel. And then she had compassion over the child. What was Jochebed's best bet? That Pharaoh's daughter would not abandon the baby or even kill the baby, but she was sure and told Miriam to wait by the side. Why? Because I believe that woman will take my son in, and I believe that she will need a nanny, and then I believe that when you meet her to tell her that you have a nanny, I believe she would ask you to go call one and you come call me, and I believe that I will be paid to take care of my own child in a royal home. Powerful. Powerful. Now, that happened exactly as Jochebed had imagined. Verse 7, the Bible says that then said his sister to Pharaoh, to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and call thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for you? And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, go. And the maid went and called the child's mother. Wow. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, take this child away and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages. And the woman took the child and nursed it. Wow, faith is so powerful. Now, somebody had a child, and then she was paid to take care of her own child. Paid to take care of her own child. So you can see that in this entire story, Moses had a very powerful mother. His mother, Jochebed, was a woman filled with so much faith. She was filled with so much. The Bible did not say in verse 2, the Bible did not say that the man or the father of Moses saw him that he was a goodly child. The Bible said that she, Jochebed, she had the eyes of faith, and she saw that her son was not an ordinary child, and she went ahead to take all the risk and break protocol just to give her son the best of life. And she did. Instead of death, she gave Moses life upon life upon life, and life abundance in the most powerful home of the then world, Egypt, the house of Pharaoh. Now, this was particular, and then the Bible says in Exodus 2:10 that, and the child grew, and she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and she became her son, and she called his name Moses, for she said, because I drew him out of the water. Now, the baby had grown up, but you can imagine again that Moses' mother also was very, very influential in making sure that Moses understands his roots. Now, the Bible says that Moses decided, if you read the book of Hebrews, you see that the Bible explained that Moses decided to suffer afflictions with his own people instead of to enjoy the riches of Egypt. Now, what's that saying? The Bible is saying there that instead of staying and enjoying the pleasures of Egypt, he decided that he was going to suffer with the people of Israel. So, who made that knowledge available to him? Jochebed, his mother. So all through the while when Jochebed was nursing Moses in the house of Pharaoh's daughter, and with the resources of Pharaoh's daughter, she was empowering her child, telling him the right things he needed to know. You are not an Egyptian. You are not an Egyptian. You are from Israel. You are part of the Hebrews. You must remember your roots. You must not turn your back to God. She was so filled with faith. Mothers, we need mothers like Jochebed in these days. We need women who can stand the ground for the family, who can step up and say of a truth, this will never happen. So, what is God leading you to do for a supernatural turnaround in your family? Do it. The Bible says that whatsoever He asks you to do, do it. Just do it.